Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your solo host, a very agitated host today, Mr. Donnie Wonderful, back at you all with another impromptu, off-the-cuff, reactionary video that I couldn't wait. I didn't even want to wait till I got home to my normal setup. I wanted to just use a voice recorder because I need to get this out immediately. I was sent a video from that casual PW, that casual pro wrestling fan on Instagram. Fine young man, I love the work that he's doing, but I was told to watch this video because I feel that they knew. I'm gonna leave the person that sent me this anonymous, but he knew that I was gonna have a reaction. So, hold on, let me go straight to it. And this is clearly in defense of the new generation era. There's a video on this channel where I spoke about that. I think the video may be about a year or two old. But listen, everyone. Despite having the crazy gimmicks, the job gimmicks, like, I understand all of that was corny. When I brag about the new generation era, I'm talking specifically about the quality of matches that we were getting. Psychology lived because the new generation superstars, the ones that were under the golden era ones, were beginning to emerge. And then from that, spawned the Attitude Era, but they honed their craft, their skills in the ring here in this new generation era. All right, I can't say that enough. Now, the way things were done were different. They were there weren't as many pay-per-views or what we call PLEs today. We had the big four. King of the Ring came along in the early '90s as a regular one, and then the In Your Houses that became more frequent. But you were still getting, especially in the early parts of the new generation, you were getting some quality classic contests on Monday Night Raw when Raw was just an hour. So they had to stuff all of that, and then you had what became the B shows, Superstars and Wrestling's Challenge on Saturdays, where it really were just, televised dark matches and like the jobbers were getting destroyed. But when you tuned into Raw, wrestlers were getting time to wrestle in the ring. You had your interviews, you had your promos, but it didn't become so shock jock heavy until around '97. Like the first year of the Attitude Era, which basically spawned the formula of how Raw is today. When the show opens, that opening, which I jokingly call the Triple H spot, the opening hour of promos that's going to set the tone for the show. But enough about me. Let's get straight to this video.
So a couple of weeks ago, I made a video saying the new generation era was the worst generation of wrestling, and yes, it was worse than the PG era. Okay. It all started because I said Bret Hart would be a mid-carder if he wrestled on today's roster because he wrestled in a weaker generation.
Hold on. I got to pause right there. Bret Hart would be a mid-carder today because he wrestled in a weaker generation. Oh, man, the blasphemy. I can't believe it. Today, in 2026, I want to know, are there 5 wrestlers on today's WWE roster that are better than Bret the Hitman Hart? If Bret Hart wrestled today, he would be the only one that I think that I would truly believe to be an actual wrestler. Like, it is, what you're seeing in there with him is real. It's supposed to look real. Nobody sells better than Bret. I don't think anybody on today's roster sells better than Bret. Just some of the psychological things that he would do would draw you in. Gasping for air, hanging off the top rope. That turnbuckle spot that he used to just run, and he just run in and just take it with his chest, bounce back. Come on now. This man, again, no disrespect to him, is going to say that today Bret would be a mid-carder. I don't see how. I clearly don't see how. If Bret Hart's a mid-carder in today's roster, I have no idea how CM Punk is a champion. I no idea how CM Punk could possibly be a champion. These are authentic styles of wrestling that are fused with realism. Because I don't think CM Punk, aside from the GTS, because you can't lift everybody, but it's still a knee to the face. It's a very genuine, authentic wrestling / brawler style of wrestling that's always been real. There's hardly anything exaggerated. It's like we're fighting with certain rules in the ring, and then we're using aspects of this ring to weaponize against our opponents, i.e. dropping an elbow off the top rope. Look at this. But let's continue. I'm going to turn this up. What else did he say? If I can unpause.
And that stirred up some controversy.
Yes, it did.
I then went on to make this video, which kind of blew up, and I said that the new generation era is the worst generation, and I kind of gave a reasoning behind that, and I took a poll, and I wanted to see what you guys thought.
Yep.
And this is how the poll turned out.
Okay, so let me stop it there. So the poll that he had was, what is the weakest generation in wrestling? With the options being today's era getting 33%, the new generation era getting 12%, ruthless aggression era getting 2%, and the PG era getting 53%. And I actually agree with half of this. I would flip, me personally, the PG era can be the worst, with the second worst being today's era. But I would flip it. The new generation and the ruthless aggression era. The ruthless aggression era, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And the only reason why I'm flipping it is because I'm saying out of the weakest. Actually, now let me think about this. Because I'm a huge Edge fan. I think the ruthless aggression era had better heels. They had better heels. And by the time you get to the ruthless aggression, and again, a lot of the stars of the ruthless aggression era, minus John Cena, really started in the Attitude Era. And they rolled that wave. And it was a damn good wave. And they were able to kind of merge the two. Meaning, and what I mean too is, with the grittiness of the Attitude Era and the emphasis on wrestling, like of the new generation era. The ruthless aggression era was really, really, really good, really, really, really good. Yeah, man, like the new generation era really, really clearly does not get enough respect. I mean, you're slandering it based on some of the corny gimmicks, but I challenge, go look at some of these matches on every pay-per-view. There is a hidden gem that would be a Dave Meltzer 1,700,000 star match. I promise you. As a matter of fact, just because I know I'm speaking emotionally, I would love for one of our beautiful supporters, meaning you, to let's take for example, let's go in your house, right? The first one, Bret Hart versus Hakushi. What did Dave Meltzer give that match? And compare it to where, like, for instance, so if he gave it 3 stars, like what would be equivalent to a 3-star match today? To like 4.5, 5. I know Will Ospreay and Okada and Kenny Omega kept getting like 17 stars. So like whatever that would be today, but I can dare I say, and I'm trying to be very particular here with where I want this to start. So 19, I guess, will begin directly from Hulk Hogan's last match with WWF in the 90s. So post King of the Ring, 1993, so that means, so we're starting with SummerSlam. SummerSlam 1993. A lot of your excellent matches and excellent storytellings is going to begin with Bret. Bret Hart and Jerry Lawler. SummerSlam 1993 was excellent to me. Excellent. I think that whole feud started beautifully because essentially Jerry Lawler was talking trash. And then he cut a promo on Bret's parents in front of them. Classic. You talk about my mama, we gotta fight. Come on, man. Come on. See what Dave Meltzer ranked the best matches on pay-per-views from 93 to about okay. I don't all right. So from SummerSlam 1997, I'm sorry, SummerSlam 1993. Fine, let's go SummerSlam 93 to SummerSlam 97. I wanted to kind of cap it off earlier for the new generation because, I mean, obviously, WrestleMania 13, that was more of an Attitude Era type style match. But take the best matches from each one of those pay-per-views and equate them to today's era, from let's say from WrestleMania 39 until now, and see where things match up. I don't know. I'm an emotional wreck right now because I'm triggered. All right, I'm triggered, but I want to know what you guys think. I think the new generation continues to get a bad rap, and mind you, I was born in the 80s, so I grew up in it. Like I was there the whole entire time. So I can speak on these things with pure confidence. Like I was there. All right? Like, and we weren't complaining about any of these gimmicks. We may have laughed at them, but we were talking about matches at recess. We were still buying toys at recess. Now, I think one of the reasons why everybody says the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression era was better is because now the games were better. I mean, come on. Like, we was all playing WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy. Come on. I mean, yeah, like just things where technology was progressively getting better, and we felt like the product was aging with us. So, I mean, I don't know, but like when in regards to strictly wrestling, the work that's done in the ring, a new generation era match is leaps and bounds better than what most people give it credit for. And to say that Bret Hart would be a mid-carder today because he had to wrestle with weaker talent is crazy. That's absolutely crazy to me. Jerry Lawler was no weaker talent. Steve Austin was no weaker talent because there's a Stone Cold match in the new generation era that's a classic too. Shawn Michaels, come on now. Bob Backlund, I know, but still, like he helped make that. There was a great submission match that had a lot of. Listen. There's also a video on this channel, 1994. Being a Bret Hart fan, I'm still emotionally scarred over Survivor Series 1994. This Bret Hart and these Survivor Series, man, just need. I'm just gonna skip past those. But I mean, come on, like Bret's working with guys. Find a mid-carder, probably the best underdog of the new generation, the 1, 2, 3 kid, had a 5-star Dave Meltzer Raw Classic match with Bret on Raw. Come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I just want to know. Add this to the inquiry, y'all. Look at the rosters from the New Generation era to today's era. I get, star power is going to be different. We got social media. Guys can, they can pretty much market and sell themselves to a degree. But as far as wrestling wise, were they leaps and bounds better than the New Generation guys? Were they? You guys be the judge. And you let us know in the comment section. Donnie Wonderful. Had to plug this mic on. In the office. Didn't even wait to get home. But had to do it. Signing off.